What's up, Brat Babes? It's your girl Amira Ali, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome to the Brat Babes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the long-awaited video that everyone has been asking me for. It's been postponed for a little bit for very good reason. I'm going to be talking to you guys today about PCOS, a little bit of my journey, giving you guys some of the reality of living with PCOS. Like, it is a lot, but I feel like this is a safe space. I have a lot of women that follow me, and ever since I kind of spoke about this on TikTok, a lot of people have been, getting tested. I've recommended so many people, even to my doctor personally. So I thought I get to educate people on things that a lot of providers do not talk about and things that a lot of women struggle with. So honored that I even have a platform to do it on. So go get your wine, go get your snacks, baby. Go ahead and sit down because we are about to chat. Okay, PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And if y'all see me looking at my phone a lot, it's because I wrote a lot of the stuff down that I want to talk about. I did not want to forget because, like I said, I've been waiting for this video for a long time, and I didn't want to forget anything. I wanted to make sure I covered all corners and all the questions that I have been receiving ever since talking about PCOS on my TikTok page. So PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's a hormonal disorder that affects women. It's characterized by a lot of things like irregular periods, excess androgen levels, polycystic ovaries. Like, it is a lot. It can have a lot of underlying causes. One of the main causes that we hear people talk about is insulin resistance. Some of it may even be genetics. It is so many things. Just through the research that I have done and the things that I have been educating on from my primary care doctor, there is no one thing to pinpoint it on. However, I know my underlying cause was insulin resistance. Before we even get into my experience and how I found out I have PCOS, I really hope that this lands in the lap of the right people, because there are so many people who have it and probably don't know they have it, or have it and don't even know how to manage it or treat it. Because a lot of the times when you get diagnosed with PCOS, they kind of just tell you lose weight, get on birth control, and go your way. Like, or they be like, get on metformin. They try to throw all these other things at you instead of getting to the root cause. So I really hope from this video you guys can learn a few things, learn from my mistakes even, and yeah, like, we all can just tackle this together. So I'm gonna get into how I found out that I had it. A little backstory about me, y'all. I have always had heavy cycles. My cycles used to be like 7 to 10 days. They used to be extremely painful. I used to get cramps so bad that my first day of my period, I would never be able to go to school or go to work. It would be horrible. I used to always get my cycle at night, so it would always be like I would wake up and see like, oh, I got my period last night. So it would always be like that. Let's say I had to go to school and I had to be up at 7 in the morning. If I didn't wake up like 3 or 4 in the morning and catch it and take Motrin and Tylenol and all these things, if I woke up early in the morning right before school and seen it, baby, I couldn't go. I would be throwing up from the pain. My mom used to have to wake up and always get me like a glass of milk and take Motrin. I used to like literally, y'all, overdose on Motrin. Now that I'm older and I know the safe dosages, I know that I was taking way too much Motrin in a day. That was just based off my pain and my experience. But y'all, I used to have really long, irregular, heavy periods. Sometimes it wouldn't even come. Never really even cared if it didn't because it was so painful. I didn't even want it. That was definitely one of my experiences. Another thing, at the time, like growing up, I didn't really start like gaining weight, I would say, until like college. It wasn't until like my sophomore year of college that I started to see like weight gain. Otherwise, like my main symptoms was my heavy irregular periods, my intense cravings. But I thought that was just normal, like I felt like every time a woman gets a period, that's just what's gonna happen. Those were my main symptoms. So basically in 2021, I ended up gaining a lot of weight, y'all, in 1 year. Like 2020, I ended up losing 50 pounds very quickly, like in 2 to 3 months or whatever. Lost it so quick that I gained it right back even quicker because I never addressed the root cause of my weight loss. I was so obsessed with the end result that I didn't even care for the journey. Like, I was not working out to be healthy. I was working out because I wanted a slim waist and I wanted to look good naked. That was it. It wasn't like I was falling in love with the process. So I gained the weight back so much quicker, and I gained a lot of weight, y'all. Like, when I tell you I gained a lot of weight in such a short period of time, I was like, what is going on? I know they said like, weight catches up to you, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, what, 22? I'm like, dang, I get caught up that quick? Hold on. So I started gaining a lot of weight, and I ended up going to see my doctor. My primary care doctor at the time was a male. Kind of ended up switching just based off this experience that I had with him. I kind of walked in, said all of my concerns about like my cycle and all of these things, and he kind of just brushed them off and was like, you should just get on birth control. At this point, I'm already a nurse. I know that every time you take a medication, there will always be another side effect to that medication. I'm like, if I'm having hormonal problems, why would I give myself more artificial hormones to regulate the hormones that I'm already struggling with. That didn't make no sense to me. So at this point, I'm like, you know what, I'm trying out a new doctor. Went and I finally got a new OBGYN. It was a black woman who actually listened to me. Like, when I tell you, a lot of the times as African American people and black people, when we go into healthcare, they already stereotype us. They feel like we don't experience pain the same way as our counterparts do. They think that they already know what's going on with us before we even open our mouth. And that's why I'm so glad that I am in healthcare and I am a black woman in healthcare, because I advocate so much for my black patients, because no, we don't feel pain differently. The same things that affect our counterparts, it affects us as well. So finally, I had got a provider who listened to me and was like, what's going on? I told her all of my symptoms. I told her I was experiencing a lot of weight gain, irregular cycles. I mean, at this point, my cycle wasn't even coming anymore. I was having like really intense cravings. I was tired. I was like always tired and fatigued. I felt just lazy. But now, looking back, I know like I was literally fighting with my body out. Anyway, she ended up doing a whole bunch of lab tests. She tested my vitamin D level, which was extremely low, that she had to put me on like a 50,000 IU supplement for like a month or so that I can catch up, because it was so critically low. It's actually very common in the black community. So definitely get your vitamin D checked, especially now that it's daylight savings and all it is getting darker a little earlier. Make sure you get that checked. She checked a lot of my hormonal levels. Also sent me to go get some ultrasounds done. A few of them were like right above your pelvis area. Some of them were transvaginal, which means they put a probe inside of your vagina and take pictures of your ovaries. And through all of those testings, y'all, I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2021. And at first I felt defeated. I felt very sad. I felt like a failure just because of all the myths that are out there and how much providers do not really talk to their patients about what it was. Like, when I heard PCOS, I looked it up and it was like, oh my gosh, women can't get pregnant. You have to do this, you have to do that. And I was like so scared and I was so overwhelmed that I literally started spiraling. I started eating even more. I started gaining more weight. I just felt like I was at war with my body. So finally, now I would fast forward to last year, 2023, is when I really just started to do a lot of research. I'm like, I need to figure out how I can manage my symptoms best. What is it that I can do? What's going on? Because they'll tell you, yeah, you have PCOS, you need to get on metformin, get on birth control and lose weight. But not everybody that has PCOS is overweight. And also, I don't want to take any artificial hormones, and I don't want to take a diabetes medication. Like, no, there has to be a natural way. Unless it was like really bad, like I said on the first day of my cycle, I really do not like taking medicine. I think that there is a natural way to do everything. I am Haitian, y'all. I grew up in that household where he's sick and my great grandmother will go get some leaves, do this, do that, make you a nice tea, do all her little remedies, and then you're feeling better in like 2 to 3 days. Like, I'm not used to medicine. Like, every single time you have a headache, you need to go take a Tylenol. Sometimes when I had a headache, I would just really just need some hydration. But I don't know if you ever tried this, but I did test this on my friend who suffers from migraines. She would drink a green juice. It would work. There's just a natural way for everything. So what I started doing was I did a lot of research on supplements. So if y'all go on my Amazon storefront, linked down below in the description box, I have a link that says vitamins. This is everything I started taking for my PCOS. This is based off research. Please consult a professional, whoever it is that takes care of your health. Consult them before starting anything, okay? I personally started taking a mixture of things. Just based off my list here, I'm gonna read directly from this, everything I was taking. I was taking inositol, specifically myo-inositol and D-chiro-inositol. That's linked in my storefront as well. It's a type of B vitamin that improves insulin sensitivity and promotes regular ovulation. It can help with metabolic issues like insulin resistance and irregular cycles. I started taking omega-3 fatty acids, like these fish oil pills, which help with inflammation, and they also improve insulin sensitivity. They also support heart health and help reduce triglycerides. On a lot of people who have PCOS, on your blood work, you may have elevated triglycerides, so this can definitely help with that. I started taking N-acetylcysteine. Y'all know how I am with pronunciation, but it's NAC. It's an antioxidant that improves insulin sensitivity and ovulation, which can help with weight loss in women with PCOS because it reduces the inflammation in your body. I also started taking vitamin D. Like I said, vitamin D is just essential, period, for anybody. Everyone should be taking vitamin D if yours is low. But specifically for PCOS, women may have really low vitamin D, and that can be also associated with insulin resistance and fertility issues. So this will help regulate your cycle as well and improve your ovulation. I started taking magnesium magnesium, which improves insulin sensitivity, reduces your inflammation, and really helps with hormone balance. So this plays a really big role in regulating your blood sugar levels. I also take berberine, which is a natural compound that helps with weight loss and insulin sensitivity. It's similar to metformin, but a more natural version, which helps regulate your blood sugar and improves ovulation. I also started taking a probiotic for gut health, which is very, very important in metabolic function. This also improves insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, supports weight loss. Yeah, that's everything that I take. I know it sounds like a lot, you guys, because it actually is, but it was worth it. I got on a routine, and as you can see with most of these supplements, they all kind of do the same things at the end of the day, but they work on different parts of your body. So that has really, really helped me. I started getting one on natural supplements, started doing intermittent fasting. When I worked 12-hour shifts, because I work 7 to 7, I would only eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I would not eat after 7 p.m. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was very hard in the beginning because, like I said, I'm an emotional eater. When I want food, I want it. If I look at it, I want it. Once I got diagnosed with PCOS and I was really trying to try out things that worked for me, I had to start fasting. Not just spiritual fast, that's completely different. It was strictly like fitness fast. So I would do intermittent fasting. I would eat 1 to 2 meals a day. Before I even ate anything, my first thing in my mouth was a hot cup of tea. Okay, green tea all the way. This is also what I was doing when I lost 50 pounds the first time. Green tea was a game changer for me. It really helped speed up my metabolism. I feel like it really helped with my abdominal area, like belly fat. Before, I wasn't the type to go to the bathroom every single day, which now I know that is so abnormal. But when I was drinking green tea, I don't know if it speeds up your metabolism, but it was helping me go to the bathroom every day. It was regulating my bowel movements. Y'all, green tea is the natural Ozempic. Now I have gone on to add 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar in my green tea with some lemon, but before it would just be straight green tea and green juice. Like, I was not playing. Then I would have like a really high protein meals, and I would try to cut back on carbs. Like, carbs is a weakness for me. I'm Haitian. I grew up on carbs. It's all I know. But I realized with PCOS and having insulin sensitivity, carbs will spike your sugar levels. So I started incorporating more fiber, more protein, those type of things. I would get fiber from like chia seeds, from strawberries, from kiwis, from like fruit. Also, like, I have a Olipop drink right here. This has like 9 or 10 grams of fiber in it. So I started increasing my fiber a lot. So I would also get like low carb tortillas, which would have like 2 grams of net carbs and stuff like that. I just started really not like restricting myself, but finding alternatives. Like, I love bread, so I was finding like keto bread. I love pasta, looking into pasta substitutes. Now, I didn't get there with the pasta substitutes, but I really just started making those small changes. And then I started doing low impact exercises. I used to go to solid core a lot, and when I was doing workouts, high intense workouts like that, I was my biggest, because my cortisol levels would get spiked. I would be super stressed the whole workout because I'm trying to keep up with the moves. I'm sweating so much. I'm out of breath. My body is just in a stressful state that I can't really enjoy the workout, nor can my body really take in and give me the results I want. That workout was just not working for me. I don't do high intensity workouts. One thing I have learned to do is do my Pilates. I'll use my Pilates reformer. I'll do 1 to 2 days of strength training in the gym. I always say in my other vlogs, I'm definitely trying to be like more consistent. I'll have some weeks where I do, another week I probably won't work out at all, but my diet will always maintain and stay as strict as I can be. But yeah, I would definitely do 1 to 2 days of strength training, Pilates, and a lot of walking. I always end off every workout with a walk. That is really how I have lost 40 pounds, honestly, so far. For me to even have lost 40 pounds, that is amazing. I'm not gonna say how long of a time period it took. Obviously, one, because I was just like all over the place. I feel like I was kind of like inconsistent with my diet, and I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of people discourage themselves because they see somebody else lost 30 pounds in 1 month. They trying to lose that and they want it so quick. You didn't gain the weight quick, you're not gonna lose it quick. And who cares if it takes you 3 months, what it took another person 1 month or 3 weeks? The time is still gonna go by anyway. That's something I have to tell myself. Like, I would literally get caught up in other people's weight loss transformations, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it took her a year to do that? Nah. But then it's like, even if it takes me a year to do it, a year is gonna pass anyway. So that means in a year, I'm either gonna be in the same body or I'm going to be in my dream body. It's literally perspective. How you look at things is everything. Wrap that up. That's honestly what helped me manage some of my symptoms. I realized once I started taking the supplements, once I started like really controlling the things that I've eaten, intermittent fasting, drinking a lot of tea, all of the supplements and things like that. From doing those things, my cycles have been regular. I've been losing weight. I've been feeling so much better, So that's my personal experience. Like I said, do a lot of y'all research, consult your primary care doctor, whoever that may be, and really just have these conversations. I know there are so many groups on like Reddit, on Facebook, where they have like groups of things like this where they share information. I think having community with PCOS is also important, because nobody will ever understand PCOS until you have it. It's one of those things where nobody will get it. Some people will be out here thinking that you're lazy. Whole time you feel like you don't control your body. Like sometimes you can start to feel like, dang, like I don't know, I can't control it. Like I do want to get up and I do want to do this and I do want to do that, but I can't, because today I just don't have the energy. Today I'm fatigued. Today I'm craving a little bit more than usual. I feel like a pharmacy because I'm carrying around all of these freaking pills. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it can get overwhelming. But I am here to tell you something that you just have to learn to manage over time. It's one thing to already just be a woman and be hormonal, but to have like a hormonal disorder can definitely make it worse. That's why I just try to stay very consistent with my routine. Don't get me wrong, there will be days that I'm going to sleep in bed all day. There are going to be days where I may not eat the best, but I think being able to recognize it and at least trying to put your best foot forward and changing it and not getting comfortable in a specific area is key. Something that really helps me stay positive on my journey, y'all know I'm a self-care girl. I love self-care. So I definitely think like doing my skincare routine, doing makeup. Another thing when it comes to like my weight loss, as far as like taking weight pictures, I would weigh myself probably like once a month. Seeing little things like that really keep me going, especially when I hear compliments from you guys saying like, oh my god, you look like you're losing weight. If y'all go and look back at some of my old videos, girl, the face, you can literally even see it in your face. I haven't even posted like full body transformation pictures yet, but just from here up, people are giving me so many compliments about how much weight I have lost already, and I'm not even where I want to be yet, but you can see the difference in my face, you can see the difference in my arms and my back and my just all over, y'all, how my clothes fit, how comfortable I feel. I used to feel like going out before I needed a waist trainer, I needed this, I needed that, and I'm like, I'm in my 20s, I don't got no kids, I don't need all these gadgets. I should not have to use all these gadgets. I do think, you know, some type of shapewear, of course, is essential when you're a woman, you're wearing certain like outfits, but it should not be mandatory. That's the thing. So definitely like doing my self-care, going out, taking like pictures to keep me motivated. I would write a lot in my journal. I have an iPhone. I know we have like an actual journal app which you can lock with a Face ID, and you can use that to kind of journal how you're feeling. A lot of prayer, because I realized my weight loss journey specifically was more spiritual than it was physical for me. I feel like it was definitely a spiritual battle, so a lot of prayer, praying for deliverance, praying for guidance, praying for strength. I would always repeat to myself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and I would just continuously ask God to provide me with the strength to keep going, to be consistent. Even if I fall off, like allow me to realize that I'm falling off and get back up, because it's not about how many times you're down, it's about how many times you get up. So I would just keep reminding myself of those things, and I hope that those little tips helps you guys as well, because it's real out here, y'all. It's real. You know, I keep telling you guys, make sure you consult with your primary care doctor, but I do also think it's important to make sure you vet out a primary care doctor that actually knows what they're talking about, that listens to you, that educates you, that doesn't just throw you a pamphlet and say, okay, like go lose weight or go do this. Like, you want somebody who's going to talk to you. And fortunately for me, I had a provider who actually listened to my concerns and was able to get to the root cause. Through research, through trial and error, I was able to figure out what works for me. This has been working for me. I wanted to make this video a while ago, but then I'm like, how am I going to tell you guys to do this and to do that when I only lost like 5-10 pounds? Like, get me wrong, 5-10 pounds is a lot. I wanted to run the course a little bit, see how far I can go. And now that I'm seeing consistent weight loss, now that I'm feeling better, now that I'm like, I feel like I'm looking better, I'm seeing compliments from you guys, I definitely just feel much more comfortable making a video like this. I'm still not where I want to be on my weight loss journey. It's a daily battle, but I am like halfway there. Literally, like, I'm a little over halfway where I want to be, and I'm going to be there real soon in Jesus' name, honey. Okay, I also think that when you are going to see your healthcare provider, you want to make sure that you are letting them know what you are concerned about. Don't hold back. You know, it should be a safe space, and you should feel comfortable enough to kind of explain all of your symptoms, to making sure you advocate for yourself. Like, you'll have to be able to speak up for yourself, because in this world, y'all, if you don't say something, nobody else will. So make sure you feel comfortable and you're with a provider that you can speak to, that you can just be open and honest with, and you don't really have to hold back. Another thing, as far as like, if you are on social media, which I'm sure some of you guys are if you're watching this video, I would highly encourage you guys to just go follow some like PCOS providers. I don't follow too much of them, but because I'm always searching PCOS, I always see it on like my For You page or my Explore page, and those little tips that they have can be very helpful. However, I will say this, do not follow a million PCOS coaches, dietitians. You can just see this when it comes to weight loss on social media. You'll have some people saying, oh, you need to do cardio before your workout. Some will say cardio after. Some will say this, some will say that.
Some will say you don't need a lot of protein. Some will say you need 100 grams of protein. You need this.
You would literally go crazy listening to too many people. This is just in general in life. That's why I cannot listen to 5 different pastors or preachers. Like, I have to have a small amount of people that I'm watching, because overconsumption is a real thing and you don't want to overcomplicate your journey. You don't want to do too much. So I highly recommend that you guys follow like maybe 1 or 2 people on social media that talk about PCOS that can help you out on your journey. I think I follow one coach. What is his name? I can't even find him, but I follow a guy. If I can find, I'll probably link the profiles down below. The specific people that I watch is probably like one guy. Other the tips and things that I've gotten was from his specific page. Oh, here he is, Drew Beard. This is him, y'all. Or maybe it's the reflection. Anyway, I'll link it down below. His Instagram is the TikTok is at the PCOS Mentor. I believe it's the same thing on Instagram. And just watching his videos, it really helps. Like, for example, one of his videos that he has up right now, the most recent one I just clicked, it talks about best time and dosage for PCOS supplements. So it has almost everything that I take, and also 12 vitamin D, magnesium, berberine, L-carnitine, and NAC, omega-3s. Make sure you follow like 1 or 2 people, okay? So that's basically it. I hope I hit everything on the nail. Comment down below any questions that you may have. I would love to answer some of the questions that I maybe did not answer in this video. I actually compiled my experience and like a lot of questions I was getting from you guys to put in this video and like educate you all. And if you are a viewer and you have PCOS, or you think you have PCOS, or you know you have it, and learn how to manage your symptoms as well, anything that I'm personally not doing that I didn't mention in the video, comment that down below. Like, oh, a few more things that I wanted to talk to you about before we go. Some myths that I wrote down that kind of discouraged me early on in my journey. I addressed the PCOS means you can't get pregnant. That is not true. One of the symptoms of PCOS is infertility, but it is not true that you can't get pregnant, because you can. There are many women who have PCOS who have had very healthy babies. It can make it more difficult to conceive though, but like I said, it's not impossible. A lot of people think, and providers especially think, birth control is the only way to treat PCOS, and it can help regulate your periods and manage your symptoms, but it does not specifically address PCOS. So it's not the only way. Losing weight will cure PCOS. Like I said, like providers will just hand y'all a pamphlet and be like, lose weight and do this. That's actually not true. Weight management is very important. And it can help with your symptoms and insulin resistance, but it does not cure PCOS. Okay, yeah, if y'all have any questions, like I said, leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys oh so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know if y'all would want a part 2, or if y'all want me to continue doing my weight loss vlogs where I kind of show you guys everything that I'm doing. I'm gonna start doing them again, maybe like in another month or 2, or maybe like for the new year when I like am more comfortable working out on camera. Right now I'm really not too comfortable, but yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.